Am I the asshole for telling my sister her baby isn't a real baby? Let me start by saying this. I love my niece more than anything in the world. She's perfect. Bright eyes, chubby cheeks, and the sweetest laugh you'll ever hear. But last week, I said something that made her mother cry. And now I'm not so sure if I'm the bad guy here. So, let me set the stage. A few weeks ago, I got engaged. It was one of the happiest moments of my life. My fiancé proposed on New Year's Day, and it felt like everything clicked into place. The ring? Absolutely stunning. A pear-shaped solitaire with a marquise band featuring a lab-grown diamond just under 5 carats. Now, before anyone jumps in, yes, I specifically asked for a lab-grown diamond. Why? Because they're ethical. You never know where mined diamonds come from. There's always that lingering fear about blood diamonds. Plus, let's be honest, they're way more affordable. For what we paid, a mined diamond would have been completely out of our budget. I shared the news with my family immediately. Everyone congratulated us, loved the ring, and commented on how beautiful it looked. Well, almost everyone. Enter my sister. She's 31, married, and has a 1-year-old daughter, my precious niece. When she first saw the ring, she seemed genuinely happy for me. But then her mood shifted. Suddenly, she started critiquing it. It's too flashy, she said. Not practical, too trendy, not timeless. Okay, fair enough. I get it. People have different tastes. But when I explained that it was a lab-grown diamond, things escalated quickly. She scoffed and told me it wasn't a real diamond because it was grown in a lab. Apparently, according to her logic, only diamonds pulled from the earth count as real. Oh, and did I mention? She also accused my fiancé of lying about affording the ring. Like, thanks for assuming he's secretly wealthy or shady, sister? At this point, I tried to keep calm. I reminded her that I specifically requested a lab-grown diamond because of their ethical and financial benefits. I even joked about how much better it is compared to mining practices. But instead of dropping it, she doubled down. Nope, she said. Lab diamonds aren't real. They don't hold the same sentimental value. And besides, no one will take you seriously with that thing on your finger. That's when I snapped. Maybe it was the stress of planning a wedding. Maybe it was her condescending tone. But whatever it was, I blurted out something I instantly regretted. Well, by your logic, I said, my niece isn't a real baby either, since she was conceived through in vitro fertilization. Silence. Complete silence. Then came the tears. My sister broke down, crying over the phone. She didn't say another word, just hung up. Later, her husband called me. Furious. He screamed at me, calling me insensitive and accusing me of being ableist. Which, side note, ironic, considering I also have endometriosis. For context, my sister went through hell trying to conceive. Endometriosis caused years of pain, multiple failed in vitro fertilization rounds, and even a miscarriage. So yeah, bringing up in vitro fertilization hit a nerve. Hard. But here's the thing. I didn't mean it literally. Of course, I think my niece is a real baby. She's amazing, and I adore her. What I meant was that both my diamond and her child were created in labs, and yet they're still incredibly meaningful. To me, comparing them made sense. Clearly, to her, it didn't. Looking back, I realize I could have handled it better. Was I justified in defending my choice of a lab-grown diamond? Absolutely. Did I need to bring up in vitro fertilization in such a blunt way? Probably not. Especially knowing how sensitive my sister is about her journey to motherhood. Still, I can't help but feel frustrated. Why does she get to decide what's real or not? Whether it's diamonds or babies, doesn't the meaning behind them matter more than their origin? Fast forward to today. After a week of radio silence, my sister finally called me this morning. Guess why? Yup, you guessed it. She needed a babysitter. Typical. She apologized for her husband yelling at me, which was nice, but she never acknowledged her own comments about my ring. Meanwhile, I apologized for what I said, explaining that I didn't mean it literally. I reassured her that I think my niece is very much a real baby, and honestly, one of the best parts of my life. We ended the call on decent terms, but there's still some tension there. Honestly, I don't know if we'll ever fully move past this. But hey, at least she trusts me enough to leave her child with me again. So, am I the asshole? Honestly, I don't think so. I stood up for myself and my choices, which I stand by. That said, I probably could have chosen my words more carefully. Sometimes winning an argument isn't worth hurting someone you care about. What do you all think? Am I off base here, or was my sister being unreasonable?